All right, so I'm gonna just try one of these little short ones, these little short videos, like 30 seconds long. All right, so I play it from this side.
I heard that perfectly.
Then I just have to remember to advance it quickly. And then she'll join live, so I just have to stop share, right? Whenever someone comes online, I have to stop sharing.
Yep, and then just reshare, but just make sure it's always screen one.
So wait, this is screen one. So how would I?
So for example, hit stop share now.
Oh, over here.
Yeah, where it says stop share.
Okay.
And then when you hit share again, where it says share screen, you're gonna hit screen 2.
This one?
No, sorry, screen 1. That's why it's backwards.
No share. So I'm gonna go screen 1.
Yeah.
Share.
And then you can just remove that audio and hit X.
Do it?
Hit X there, yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to try it again, just stop share and then screen 1.
So stop share. And then we see that Dr. Filer is here. Hello. Making sure I got my people. Yay. Okay. There you got. So I'm going to make sure. And then just let me know when you're done with my computer so I can reset the. Oh, I can do it right here, right? Oh, I can do stuff. Okay. So this is here, and then what about those crazy loopy slides? Should I have those up? Again, they should be up. No, they're not. All right.
The rolling slides.
Okay, which one do I count? All right, I want.
The rolling ones.
Yeah, the looping ones, which are. Oh.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hi.
Hey, Monica.
Dr. Filer, good to see you.
There we go.
Good to see you. Way to find my unmute.
Yes.
Hello. Are you at the front desk?
Oh, I don't know who's talking. Are you over at Rush as well?
Way down there.
Or are you virtual?
I'm going to forward your text to him.
Me?
Yes.
I'm virtual. I'm in Pennsylvania right now.
Okay. Well, it's nice to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, I'm going to mute myself until we get started.
All right, so I should have this running, I think. All right. So is that being shared then?
Yeah, so it's interesting. It'll let you watch it on YouTube, but it keeps giving that error where you have to go to YouTube to watch it.
Okay, so how do you think we need to fix it?
So I'm going to try one more thing.
Because I said we didn't give out the YouTube link to anyone. We just did just our website.
Yeah, exactly. But it does feed it to the website. So just click here to watch. So.
Okay, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as it gets them there.
Yeah, it gives you something.
Okay. Oh, and then I was going to load up that stuff in the chat.
And now I'll drop it in there.
You can do that? Okay.
Yeah.
If it's just like, welcome, you know, we're live streaming it.
Exactly.
That's all I need.
Share it to everybody.
Yeah. Now, I'll be able to see the chat up here when people do their thing.
Yeah, so you can drop the chat up if you go to, let me drop through. So I don't think you're sharing it yet.
Why not?
Share.
Monica, do you have everything you need since you're up first?
Yes, and I tested out my mute and unmute button, so I should be good.
All right. Sorry. Oh, no, it's okay.
Because the cursor disappears sometimes you have to go.
Sorry, Jimmy, but there was
She keeps calling.
no one anywhere. I looked at both buildings. They even went across the street to the tower.
You know what? I'm going to give you the phone and let you.
Driving?
I'm going to give you where she called, and can you call her back?
Yeah.
Here she is. I don't know her name. She's hard to understand, but
Well,
I just dialed her. There you go.
So now, you can have.
All right, so on the right side is what everyone is seeing.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then on the left side is where you can play around.
Okay. Okay, once you move, okay, yeah, so I just need chat, and I don't need Q&A, I need participants. So,
Participants? Okay.
Yeah.
So then just click participants and then just drag it over.
all right, so I don't want Q&A. I want this, okay. Wow, this is so much better, okay.
1725, I can go downstairs outside of that building. There's a valet area.
So they're cycling right now.
Sure, I can do that. I'll text her this number. Back.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're just going to wait a few more minutes just for more people to log in before we begin. All right. Wonderful. I see more people joining. Give it about 30 more seconds and then we'll begin. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Monica Fudala, and welcome to IAFP's most unusual virtual annual meeting and awards presentation. Welcome to our members joining us via Zoom, and a big hello to all your family, friends, and fans who are watching this live streamed on Facebook or YouTube. We'll do our best to try to make this look like a celebration and awards show you see on TV, powered by our small staff, and without a studio and a famous host. So bear with us and enjoy cheering for your family medicine friends. This is new territory for IAFP to take our business and awards online, and it involves a tremendous technology leap. I'd like to thank all our annual meeting supporters, and especially our Platinum supporters, for their commitment to our events all this week, and especially tonight's event. Please raise your virtual Zoom hand for ISHME Mutual Insurance Company and the Midwest Dairy Association. Visit our website, Virtual Exhibit Hall, to learn about all 15 supporting organizations, and download the conference swag bag at www.iafp.com/annual-meeting. So it's been an incredibly difficult year for us all. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to reconnect with our members across the state this week. We've seen months of civil unrest, protests, and cries for justice across the nation. IAFP hosted a virtual town hall on racism this summer, and our IAFP student leaders will hold one this Saturday afternoon. We are talking, but remain far from healed or equal. With such a limited time here tonight, I'm going to break from tradition and start with a moment of unity reflected in the song, Lift Every Voice and Sing, performed by our own IAFP member, Dr. Ronald Rembert. The lyrics will be on your screen, and I invite everyone here to lift your voice and sing as well.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. We sing the rising sun. march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you, Dr. Rembert. Be sure you check out his wonderful performances on his YouTube channel as well. So today also marked the conclusion of the AFP Congress of Delegates, including the election of new officers for the AFP. Sadly, this wonderful event was supposed to be here in Chicago. Instead, the reference committees were held earlier this month and final business sessions took place this week online. Our Illinois chapter was represented across all the events by delegates Dr. Asim Jaffer of Peoria and Dr. Sachin Dixit of Darien. They were assisted by alternate delegates Dr. Santina Wheat and Dr. Deborah Edberg, both from Chicago. At this time, I invite Dr. Jaffer to unmute, turn on his video, and provide us with an update from the AFP 2020 Congress of Delegates. Dr. Jaffer?
Thank you, Dr. Fadala. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Wonderful. So yesterday concluded a successful Congress of Delegates held entirely virtual. And to kind of set the record straight, in comparison, the American Medical Association also had recently held their annual meeting, but they were able to do theirs without any, I believe, without any real resolutions or reference committees. And our academy was able to do it successfully to hold reference committees and have spirited debate and discussion. Some of the highlights include an election for our president-elect. So Dr. Sterling Ranson from Virginia was elected as president-elect, and Dr. Ada Stewart was installed as our new president. One of our local heroes, Dr. Santina Wheat, was named a commission chair for the Commission on Continuing Professional Development, which was wonderful for her to continue to represent Illinois and our academy. Some of the main highlights of the IAFP activity was noted in a town hall event. This included some of the impressive pandemic advocacy work from our academy with our successful advocacy for things such as the CARES Act and decreasing administrative burden, for telemedicine and a push for payment parity and regulatory burdens. For example, speaking of the telemedicine, how prior to the pandemic back in February and March, about 13% of family docs were utilizing telemedicine platforms, and currently it's up over 90%, which has been amazing. Increase in primary care payments, bumping it up by about 13% come January 1st for E&M codes. And then also our continued work for the very important work towards health equity. So issues that were addressed were maternal mortality, race-based medicine, implicit bias training resources, and then of course the development of the Everyone Project, which would work to identify and address social determinants of health. And then briefly, and this is just a small number of the resolutions that were advocated for from your delegates and alternate delegates. Topics including medical aid in dying, payment parity, like I talked about for telehealth visits, reproductive health services for incarcerated women, policing standards and police brutality, as well as race-based medicine. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jaffer. It was a very productive COD session, and thank you for those updates. So one of my last duties as president now is to present my President's Awards. Because of our virtual environment, tonight's awards will be presented a lot like the Emmys were a few weeks ago. Well, except we don't have a professional television network and no teleprompters. But we do have Zoom, a small staff, and our laptops. So with a little bit of patience and grace, please join me in congratulating my two 2020 IAFP President's Award recipients. First is Dr. Raj C. Shah. I selected Dr. Shah for his outstanding contributions to patients and caregivers facing Alzheimer's disease, as well as numerous activities educating medical students at Rush Medical College. He has also expanded the influence of the IAFP's Public Health Committee and medical student opportunities within the Academy. He developed a new continuing medical education format, Conversations with Families About Alzheimer's Disease, as a method to introduce attendings and residents to the background stories about Alzheimer's disease and its daily effects on patients and caregivers. IAFP has greatly benefited by Dr. Shah's work to organize and host the first IAFP public health externship with UIC College of Medicine graduate, Dr. Kevin Chang. That effort involved 2 public health externs in 2019 to 2020. IAFP will welcome more public health externs for 2020 to 2021. These externs have co-created resources, publications, and activities for IAFP members. And now, to accept the award, please welcome, live from Naperville, Dr. Raj Shah.
Well, thank you so much, Monica. I really appreciate the nice introduction. It is humbling to be recognized, not only by the leadership.
Dr. Shah on the line.
Oh, can you hear me okay? I'm sorry. Are people?
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. So thank you again, Monica, for the wonderful.
Dr. Shah may not be here.
I'm on.
Okay. Oh, there you are. I see.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay.
Dr. Shah.
Hi. Okay. No worries.
Thank you so much for accepting the award.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the award from the members of the IAFP. It's a wonderful group to be part of.
I don't know if we're able to hear you.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. Can everybody hear him?
Yes.
Okay. I am not able to hear you, but
yes, we're able to hear him.
If you'd like to say anything, it looks like everybody else can hear you, just I can't.
Okay. Thank you again, everybody. I appreciate the award from Monica and the wonderful recognition by colleagues. It is a wonderful family that's represented by the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians, and the work and opportunities that we have to advance our efforts over the state with innovative programs. I really appreciate the leadership and the work they have done, and also my colleagues in family medicine at Rush University Medical Center who have been very supportive. The ones that trained me at West Suburban Hospital in family medicine for my residency, and my mentors when I was at University of Illinois at Chicago doing medical school. I really appreciate the hard work of our students and our externs that have really helped to advance our capabilities and to bring energy. And together, I know we can all work to make this a better place. So with humility and respect for all that the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians does, I gratefully accept the award for the President's Award. Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shah. Now for my next President's Award, it's pretty much a household name here in Illinois. Dr. Ngozi Ezike, a director of the Illinois Department of Public Health. In normal times, leading the Illinois Department of Public Health is a large undertaking for a state of nearly 13 million people, and the immense toll that chronic and infectious disease can take on our people. Then 2020 and the coronavirus brought a once-in-a-century pandemic. While all states struggle to combat the coronavirus, Illinois has been held up as one of the most effective states in dealing with COVID-19 on many fronts, under the collaborative leadership of Dr. Ngozi Ezike and Governor J.B. Pritzker's administration. Dr. Ezike's tireless and passionate guidance during the COVID-19 pandemic is a beacon of positive leadership during the most frightening and uncertain time most of us have ever seen. Her compassionate vigilance provided evidence-based scientific actions combined with a human touch, which is so much like the family medicine we provide in the face of a health crisis. Think of this as an Emmy Award to Dr. Ezike for being the nicest woman to play the role of delivering difficult news for a full season on your television every day. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Ngozi Ezike on her IP President's Award. Dr. Ezike.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Fudala and the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians for this IAFP President's Award. I am humbled by this recognition and can't tell you what it means to be honored by this esteemed organization. Of course, I share this award with my wonderful IDPH team who has worked tirelessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. I commend the Academy, including all of your members, for your work and commitment to the people and families of Illinois during these unprecedented times. COVID-19 has affected us all, but we have come together as medical and public health professionals to offer the care, support, and guidance necessary to keep Illinoisans healthy. Now more than ever, it is important for families, and especially children, to get their checkups and get up to date on their vaccinations. Everyone watching tonight is committed to this work. Even during a global pandemic, you have continued to put others first and provide the quality care Illinoisans deserve. Your work does not go unnoticed. I end with a call to action. Please continue to help IDPH spread the word on the importance of the 3 W's. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. And of course, the 4th W, wage war against influenza. We have to protect ourselves against the virus that we do have a safeguard against. Thank you for this tremendous honor. Let's continue the fight for healthy families.
Thank you, Dr. Ezike. I also served as chair of the Leadership Development Task Force this year, and I'm ready to announce the results of the 2020 IAFP Board of Directors online election. When I call your name, please raise your virtual hands so that I know that you are there. President-elect is Dr. Tabitha Wells of Springfield. First Vice President is Dr. Timothy Ott of Quincy. Class of 2022 board members are Dr. Nurain Akhtar from Wilmette, Dr. Brandon Mason from Urbana, and Dr. Christina Wells from Bolingbrook. New physician board member class of 2022 is Dr. Avinash Mantha from Des Plaines. And re-election as delegate to the AFP is Dr. Asim Jaffer of Peoria. And the new alternate delegate is Dr. Deborah Edberg of Chicago, who has served as an interim this year. Dr. Corinne Kohler of Champaign is your new treasurer, and Dr. Syed Mustafa Labi will join the board in an ex officio role as the official IAFP observer for the AFP Congress of Delegates. Next, our resident and student board members, which started in July, are resident board member is Dr. Audrey Herzenstein Perez from West Suburban Hospital Residency Program in Oak Park, and Laura Hurley from Rush is the student board member. Now, I'd like to welcome our special guest from the American Academy of Family Physicians, past president, Dr. Wanda Filer, to install our new board of directors. Dr. Filer has been a longtime friend of our chapter and last joined us for our annual meeting back in 2015. Welcome back, Dr. Filer.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Fidala. Good evening, everyone. It's absolutely my pleasure to be back and joining you again. We had hoped to meet in Chicago, but I'll take an opportunity to work with the Illinois Academy anytime I can. I have the privilege right now of installing your new officers. And so I know I'm just going to repeat the names if we can, please. President-elect Dr. Tabitha Wells, First Vice President Dr. Timothy Ott, the class of 2022 board members, Dr. Nurain Akhtar, Dr. Brandon Mason, and Dr. Christina Wells. The new physician board member, Dr. Avinash Mantha, the delegate to the AAFP board, Dr. Asim Jaffer, alternate, Dr. Deborah Edberg, treasurer, Dr. Corinne Kohler, and Congress observer, Dr. Mustafa Alavi. Also the resident board member, Dr. Audrey Herzenstein Perez, and the student member, Dr. Laura Hurley. And ladies and gentlemen, specifically, this is for you. Your peers have selected you for leadership positions in the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians. In recognition of your demonstrated service, initiative, and ability, you are entrusted with preserving the traditions of your chapter, upholding the principles of family medicine, and fulfilling your obligations to the Illinois and national academies. Family physicians are responsible for providing state-of-the-art, personalized healthcare and representing our patients in a rapidly changing healthcare system. The Academy and your peers have placed great trust in you to keep those we serve uppermost in your thoughts and actions. We salute your energy, your commitment, and your integrity. And I personally want to thank you for your dedication to serving your peers and your patients. I challenge you to continue the fine leadership traditions of the Illinois chapter while providing innovative leadership. Please type "I will" in the chat function to affirm that you will accept this role. And I'm going to look at the chat function here. Oh, I got lots of yeses. That's a good thing. Congratulations, everyone. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your new leaders. Lots of "I wills." There we go. And I'm going to move on now, and I have the absolute joy to introduce and install your new president. Dr. Hannock, will you please turn on your camera? I see that great photo. Don't see the face yet. The live view.
See.
You can go ahead and say a moment.
Okay, I think he's there.
Dr. Hannock, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to move forward. I don't see you showing up yet. Okay. Dr. Hannock.
Dr. Seiler, hi, how you doing? He's under Torrance Lewis, I apologize. When he speaks, you'll see him.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much. Dr. Hannock, the membership of the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians has chosen you for the role of president in recognition of your dedication, your vision, and your leadership. Effective leadership can seem complicated. It often involves walking a fine line between enabling and dictating. Individually, we all seek the right combination to allow us to lead without overwhelming. Our specialty cultivates individual leadership. By virtue of the demands of our specialty, we're comfortable taking on more than most people. We're family physicians because we want to make a difference in the lives of our patients, their families, and our communities. There he is. Dr. Hannock, the Academy and your peers have placed great trust in you as their leader. I salute your energy, your commitment, and your integrity. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. As president of the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians,
President of the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians,
I recognize the trust my peers have placed in me
I recognize the trust my peers have placed in me
by electing me to this position.
by electing me to this position.
I am committed to serve the specialty of family medicine.
Say it again.
I am committed to serve the specialty of family medicine,
I am committed to serve the specialty of family medicine,
the state and national academies,
the state and national academies,
and our members and patients with professionalism and creativity.
and our members and patients with professionalism and creativity.
I resolve to honor this trust and commitment
Resolve to honor this trust and commitment
by devoting myself to upholding and maintaining
by devoting myself to upholding and maintaining
the dignity and official responsibilities of my elected office.
dignity and official responsibilities of my elected office.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Michael Hannock, your duly installed president of the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians.
Thank you. Thank you, Wanda. Dr. Filer, thanks for being here. I wanted to thank everyone for being here, really, but especially thank my family, my friends, my wife, and my two kids who have dealt with this journey like anyone who's in these amazing roles. Dr. Filer actually met a number of years ago, at one of my first national meetings, and I told the story before that I sat down to breakfast. She introduced herself out of the blue, could tell I probably didn't know what I was doing or who I was going to meet, and asked me about my work and my goals and, you know, what my plans were. And the next year I ran into her, I realized she was running for board, and she said hello, and we had another conversation, and then it seemed like the year after that she was the president of our National Academy. And so she was as humble as can be, and I never would have known any of these amazing qualities that she had, but that's really the beauty of this academy and the friendships that we get to make. So thank you for being here and installing in this way. That said, it's an honor to accept the role of president of our Illinois Academy of Family Physicians. I moved to Chicago to attend residency at Illinois Masonic Medical Center, and in my application I wrote that I chose family medicine because I wanted to improve the health of my community through my work as a physician. Serving on the front lines of healthcare, particularly as a trusted family physician, is a privilege. The breadth of our specialty requires deep knowledge, but opens doors to all kinds of roles, both clinical and non-clinical. What I love about the Academy is that it seeks to strengthen our work across multiple domains to improve the quality of care we provide, while also ensuring we advocate for our patients. Family physicians truly are my people. We constantly identify, I need you to scroll down. We constantly identify health problems through screening and dive into the challenges of weight and caring for patients with complex medical needs. We tackle this work with a deep understanding of and appreciation for the social context in which these problems must be addressed. Family physicians know what caregiver burnout looks like. We know the joy of bringing life into the world and share in the grief when a loved one is lost. We know the effects that childhood stress can have on our adolescent and adult lives. We understand the monumental impact that racism, poverty, and unequal access to quality care has on our communities. We work tirelessly to ensure that our patients are cared for and treated as though they were members of our own family. There's no denying that coronavirus has laid bare the inequities and deficiencies of our healthcare system. And while it's frustrating to have known about these challenges for much longer than this pandemic, I'm inspired by the way that our profession has always been at the forefront of public health, advocating for positive change. In an article I recently wrote, I referred to family physicians as masters of the pivot. Our ability to adapt, communicate, and function across disciplines has always served our patients well. We are penultimate collaborators, passionately defending those who need us most while skillfully navigating a complex system that is ripe for change. While the pandemic has had a tremendous impact on our world and our profession, it's demanded an emboldened response that prioritizes science, education, public awareness, elements we've long held core to our profession. I won't spend much time today outlining a vision for the future with so many unknowns still on the horizon, but I will promise that the growth and stability of our academy will remain at the forefront of our activities and engagements in the coming year. A renewed focus on the value we provide physicians will define our efforts as we work to showcase all of their incredible efforts across our communities. Strategic partnerships will be important to the development of new initiatives and opportunities for our members. But it is our community activism that will define our academy and earn our recognition as a driving force of change in our healthcare system. French novelist Marcel Proust once wrote that the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new lives. It's my privilege to do just that as I set out on this path laid by many great leaders and mentors before me. But we will only make a difference together. So thank you. Okay. So now I need to go on a script that's on paper. Traditionally, the Academy holds a convocation during Family Medicine Experience, FMX, for those who have earned the designation Fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians. But not this year. The IAFP offers state chapters the option of holding a convocation ceremony during their annual meeting for their fellows. We contacted the Illinois Academy members who have earned the designation of fellow and have not yet attended the Academy's Convocation ceremony. We invited them to join us today. At this time, I'd like to welcome back Dr. Filer to conduct the Convocation of Fellow for the 16 Illinois chapter members here today who have chosen to receive their degree of Fellow before the Illinois Family Medicine colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Hannock. And ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely my honor to present these 16 Illinois members for the American Academy of Family Physicians Fellow Convocation this evening in this virtual but still 100% valid format. The degree of Fellow was established in 1991 by the Congress of Delegates as an avenue for special recognition of those members of the IAFP who have distinguished themselves among their colleagues, as well as their communities, by their service to family medicine, the advancement of healthcare to the American people, and by their professional development through medical education and research. As a Fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians, these distinguished individuals are entitled to all the privileges, ceremony, and honor bestowed by this degree. Because we are virtual, we won't be able to see and hear you as you do this live, but I ask you to please recite along with me. As I call your name, please type the word present in the chat so that our audience can see that you're here, present, and part of this ceremony live and in person. Starting with Dr. Nasheen Ahmed, Dr. Brandon Michael Bakowitz, Dr. Javier Guevara, Dr. Mary Rebecca Hoffman, Dr. Da Hyun Jung, Dr. Lavana Kanu, Dr. Shumela Masood, Dr. Cynthia Ohata, Dr. Chidinma Osinme, Dr. Justin David Parker, Dr. Denise Angel Pine Matas, Dr. Michael Kevin Raycoats, Dr. Thomas Schiller, Dr. Roxanne Smith, Dr. Stephen Allen Taylor, Dr. Alicia T. Thomas, Dr. Stacy Lynn Vanderjack. Okay, that's a pretty awesome crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, please recite the Pledge of Fellowship along with me. As a Fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians, I promise to dedicate myself to the principles upon which our Academy was founded, to providing comprehensive, lifelong care to my patients, to exemplifying the highest traditions of my profession, and to enhancing my professional skills through continuing medical education. I pledge my commitment to improving the health of my patients, their families, and communities, and to advancing the specialty of family medicine now and in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please type "I will" in the chat function to affirm that you accept this pledge. Love it, love it, love it. There they go. Give everybody a minute to get their names in there. 16 new fellows from the Illinois Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, in accordance with the bylaws of the American Academy of Family Physicians, I hereby proudly confer upon you the degree of Fellow. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Dr. Filer, for being here. And now we'll move on. My first official duty as president, I get to present our 2020 Illinois Academy of Family Physicians Awards. We'll start with the IAFP Resident Teacher of the Year, selected from nominations sent directly from our residency programs. Our Family Medicine Educators Committee evaluated the resident nominees and selected not one, but 2 residents this year. I'm proud to present the first 2020 Resident Teacher of the Year Award to Dr. Joanna Curran from West Suburban Family Medicine Residency. Here's a short clip about her. congratulations, and go ahead and unmute. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. It's very humbling to accept this award. I obviously have big footsteps to fill. There's a lot of West Suburban alumni being honored tonight. So thank you to everyone at West Suburban, because I think doing our jobs fun and being a resident fun, and it's been a great couple months as chief. So hopefully the teaching tradition continues, and thank you. I accept this award.
Thank you. Our second resident teacher of the year is Dr. Lauren Wichenko from Cook County Family Medicine Residency. And now a few words.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for that video. That was very unexpected. I didn't realize where those pictures were going to go, but I like Disney World. But I just wanted to say briefly, thank you so much for this award. It is truly an honor, especially because I was nominated by one of my mentors, Dr. Gail Floyd, our program director, who I believe is on here. And it's because of mentors like her that residents, I feel like, can find their place in what feels like chaos at times. So for that, I'll be forever grateful. I also want to say that I'm glad I found this community, not only of family medicine in general, but of the IAFP. I'm not sure where I'll be next year, but I want to acknowledge that I've been very impacted by meeting different people through the IAFP, and I'm always inspired by seeing what you guys do and achieve. And also I want to note that this came at a really great time. I feel like a lot of us are acknowledging our burnout. So having some sort of recognition that we might have impact on the system is truly a blessing. So thank you again.
Thank you. This transitions nicely to our next award, the Illinois Academy Family Medicine Teacher of the Year. Our Public Relations Task Force had the difficult task of choosing just 1 out of 5 incredible nominees. I'm very excited about this year's recipient, who happens to be a colleague and a friend here at Rush. Before I hand it over to him, a small bit about Dr. Carl Lambert.
Hey, Dr. Lambert, just want to say congratulations. Definitely well-deserved to be IAFP Family Medicine Teacher of the Year. Just want to say thank you so much for all the support, guidance, and mentorship that you've given me all of last year, and especially this year. It's just meant a lot to know how much you care. Along with that, you're a physician that I want to be like. One day I see how you work with your patients, and you're a model for all of us to follow. So yeah, congratulations and thank you.
President Hanna, can you hear me?
Oh, you're looking sharp. I see you. I hear you.
I knew you were watching, so I had to dress up a little bit. So to the IAFP leadership, thank you so much for this award. This is an honor. I'm humbled and privileged by that. Thank you for the lovely presentation. I'm privileged to be a part of an organization such as IAFP that is serious and leans into the issues of the day, for which there are many, and that we advocate and we really do the best for our patients and our students. So I'm just so proud to be a part of this. You know, when I think about teaching, there were a couple of quotes that came to mind, so I wanted to share them. The first one is that teaching is the highest act of optimism. And the second one is that education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. And I think that as family doctors and trainees, we're in a perfect position as teachers and role models to equip ourselves for that. We're in a time where we need more hope and peace than ever. So thank you for that. I thank God. Anyone who knows me knows that as a Christian, my faith is incredibly important to me. It's an anchor and it helps me to relate to my patients and my students and whoever I come across. So I give God glory for that. I think teaching is a gift and I want to just steward that well. I just want to be a good steward over that gift that's been given to me. I thank my parents who I hopefully have logged into to Zoom, and my family. They are my first teachers and role models and heroes. And they taught me that I could do anything that I wanted to with strong faith and conviction. You can get it done. I thank my church family, Bellevue Baptist Church. I also thank my lovely wife, Adrian, who has been a constant source of encouragement and support, has talked me off the ledge many times, and just makes life sweet. So babe, I love you. I want to also thank my teachers, so past teachers, and some of which are being honored tonight. I see What's Up is in the house. What's up? I thank you for previous teachers. I know that I sit on the shoulders of wonderful teachers, masterclass teachers and family docs who taught me to have a strong, sharp mind, but also a tender heart, and also saw things in me that I didn't readily see in myself. So I'm completely indebted to the teachers that I've come across, and you inspire me to this very day. And then of course, I thank my students. So if you're watching this, and Tim, I was just in clinic with Tim this afternoon, so I am floored. You all are why I do what I do. You put the joy and the color into everything that I do and the work that I do at Rush and beyond. So when I read the comments, I broke down and cried ugly tears. But as much as you think that I've inspired you, you inspire me just the same. And the future is bright because you are in it. The future is in good hands. So thank you. Pay it forward, and then also be serious about your craft, because there's people in the future who are going to need your gifts that I'll never meet. And then finally, I just want to end with this quote. The quote says that a good teacher's like a candle. Got a candle right here. So a good teacher's like a candle, that they consume themselves to light the way for the future. And the truth is, we all are teachers in some regard, and we all have light to share. You know, everyone has a little light under the sun. So let's do our best to share that. There's so much work that needs to be done in all facets. I will continue to sit where I am and engage in the work that I'm in and the space that I'm in, and represent well. And again, thank you to IAFP. I am just deeply grateful, and God bless. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Can you imagine going into work tomorrow, sitting directly next to him, and then having to work with the same students that he's working with? He's now raised the bar so high, he keeps winning awards. God bless him. Love Carl. Thank you for being here, and congratulations. That brings us to the final award of this evening. When selecting the annual Academy Family Physician of the Year, the Illinois Academy Public Relations Task Force read many wonderful letters supporting their family physician colleague. This year was no exception in selecting our 2020 Family Physician of the Year. She was at our meeting last year completing the Academy Fellow Convocation. Now she's back and better than ever. Dr. Alyssa Jean Vesthart exemplifies what it means to be a family physician. As a faculty member at Hinsdale Family Medicine, she regularly educates her patients, students, residents, and colleagues with the greatest care. And she provides compassionate care to generations of families, including those who followed her from PCC to Hinsdale. She was nominated by a former resident, Dr. Nicholas Ketcher, who has since graduated and moved on to Michigan. First, a message of congratulations from our Platinum supporter. Midwest Dairy Association. Here's a closer look at Dr. Alyssa Jean Vest-Hart.
Hi, I'm Laura Lee Schultz, and on behalf of Illinois dairy farmers and Midwest Dairy, we would like to congratulate Dr. Alyssa Vest-Hart on winning the Family Physician of the Year award. With the importance of healthy families to both dairy farmers and family physicians, I'm happy we can join together to support our local communities. Congratulations.
Hello, Dr. Vest-Hart. Nicholas Ketcher here. I just wanted to congratulate you on your award for the IAFP Family Physician of the Year award. You've really made a huge difference in the lives of both, your residents, your patients, and fellow faculty members. Your mentoring has not gone unnoticed. You truly go out of your way to make all of us better doctors. Your leadership has just been unparalleled. You really, truly act on your patient's best interest and your fellow faculty members and residents' best interest as well. Every step of the way, you go above and beyond, and your caring nature truly exemplifies what it means to be a family physician. You are just like an excellent role model, and you just never change. Congratulations once again. It's well deserved.
Hello, Dr. Vest. Thank you from myself, Philip,
Trenda,
Joshua, Jeremiah,
for being our family doctor, and congratulations for being awarded the Family Physician of the Year. You deserve it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
All right, great, thank you. I have a couple of remarks, so thank you so much for the Family Physician of the Year award. I'm honored and humbled, particularly because, as you can see, there are so many amazing family physicians in Illinois making impacts in their communities, in legislation, and for their patients. I want to thank my parents, Carol and Al, for your love and for teaching me to do my best and to work toward the service of others. You've both led by example with your life that you created for your family. I'd like to thank my wife, Betsy, for your unwavering support through college, medical school, residency, fellowship, and beyond. You've been there through the best of times and the most stressful of times. You've always been not only understanding, but supportive of the sacrifices that I've made for my patients and for the residents I teach. I want to publicly recognize the sacrifice that you and all partners and spouses of physicians make in order to keep families and homes centered. I'll be forever grateful for your partnership in life and for our kids. And Olivia, Madison, and William, thank you for being the most loving and justice-minded children. You make me want to help shape a better and more just future for the three of you and for all children. I would like to thank the physicians that came before me and those that taught me what it means to partner with my patients and to listen actively. I feel a deep sense of gratitude to Drs. Levin, Jessen, Looning, Lakota, McCammon, all those at West Suburban, and PCC that trained me starting from a third year as a medical student all the way through my early years as an attending. I want to thank my team at Hinsdale who've been supportive and flexible and open to making change, and for all the new ideas that you've come up with to better our patients' lives and resident education. Having care of the patient, resident education, and physician experience at the center of what we do is then the key to our success. Learning to partner with patients, to listen, and to meet our patients where they are is a lesson and a gift. Being a family physician is a gift. Being allowed to partner with patients in the most intimate of times, from the birth of their children to the end of life, is a gift. Being able to walk alongside and support our patients through their lives while helping address their healthcare needs and being attuned to a long history that may have impacted that individual patient
dating back generations that may be rooted in systemic inequity that plays a role in achieving health is a gift and an honor. Having the opportunity to teach resident physicians during their 3-year tenure and medical students both in preclinical and clinical years is something I'm very proud of. I try to instill knowledge, empathy, and resilience in these young learners. I think about all of the teaching physicians out there, so many of you that have been honored today. And I can only hope that our values and shared wisdom has a far ripple effect. And for each learner's life that you've touched, that there will be a far reach for the tens of thousands of patients that they care for throughout their careers. Educators of residents and students will pass on a legacy of many great family physicians that came before us and taught us and paved the way to promote health and equity. In a time of such uncertainty, a pandemic, civil unrest stemming from systemic racism and inequity, and a time when healthcare disparities have never been more apparent, I feel so obligated to use my privilege to stand with truth and with science, to stand with the oppressed and the disenfranchised, to stand with those that do not have a voice or who have been silenced due to their color, sexuality, gender, ability, or religion. This is a time we must take action. We cannot be silent, and we must use our privilege and our voice to stand for our patients and to work actively towards closing this wide healthcare gap. I implore you to please find a way to take action for your patients and for your community. And I want to thank you again for this amazing recognition as Family Physician of the Year.
And congratulations. The Academy will submit you as our nominee for the American Academy of Family Physicians Family Physician of the Year in 2021. Best of luck. So I have to point out a pattern here of a lot of West Suburban family medicine folks influencing this year's award. So I'm going to give a virtual high five to Scott Levin for the amazing program that he's built there. I'd also like to thank Rush University for hosting us, allowing us to use the boardroom here, as well as the incredible team. Jenny and Torrance have been running the show from behind the scenes for a couple hours now, working to put this together. And so we're just so fortunate to have such a great crew here. Now I'm going to welcome back Dr. Fadala to carry us through the rest of the meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Hannick. Before I continue, I would like to make a correction. We made an error earlier by omission. I never announced the second vice president role. So I'm sure people are curiously wondering. You have all selected as your next second vice president, Dr. Emma Daisy. My sincere apologies, Emma, and congratulations. I did see you were present and raised your hand for the installment, so it's official. Everyone, please congratulate Dr. Daisy for her new role on the board of directors as second vice president. And there's a lot of commentary in the chat box, so let's keep it coming. As you can see, we have a lot going on and a lot to celebrate. We also have one farewell. Let me just take a moment to try to articulate my appreciation for Vince Keenan. You may have seen earlier announcements that our Chief Executive Officer, Vincent D. Keenan, is retiring after 31 years serving the Illinois Academy of Family Physicians. This is really hard to do without the joy of an in-person event with a proper send-off. Vince's last official day with IAFP is December 31st. Family medicine and the IAFP have made tremendous strides with Vince conducting as CEO. For those of us who are fortunate to know Vince, you are struck by his keen ability to connect people. His infectious enthusiasm and extraordinary leadership style, along with his witnessed dedication, has set up the IAFP for future success. We are so blessed. I'm just sorry we cannot do a proper send-off in person to celebrate Vince's meaningful years of leadership. He's kept the IAFP train on the tracks with his charisma, wisdom, and insight. This isn't goodbye, Vince, just farewell, because it won't be the last time we share together. Vince, if I could torture this metaphor a bit more, I'll see you at the next stop. Choo-choo. Thank you, Vince. We invite each of you to send a memory, well-wish, or photos to share with Vince. You'll find a link for more information on the IAFP.com website under what's new on the left side of the homepage. Other news, the board of directors selected Gordana Kirkuk and Jennifer O'Leary as the IAFP's co-CEOs beginning January 1st, 2021. Gordana is IAFP's Chief Advocacy and Policy Officer and has been with IAFP since 1997. Jennifer is the IAFP's Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer and has been with the IAFP since 1992. We're in good hands. I would also like to take a moment here to also say thank you to a couple other extraordinary people who have helped guide and mentor me. Dr. Sachin Dixit, our board chair, who has led the Academy with his sound judgment and open ears, and Dr. Mike Hannick, your new president, for his ability to take on the role of acting president while I was out on maternity leave just before COVID struck, so that I could spend some irreplaceable time with my new son. So thank you, gentlemen. And with that, this may be the end of tonight's formal festivities, but we still have much more to come this week. Tomorrow is Live with Family Medicine All-Stars at 6 p.m. and you can earn some CME and join a panel discussion at 7 p.m. on providing terminally ill patients with a peaceful death. Family doctors discuss medical aid in dying. On Saturday, our student leaders will host a virtual town hall on addressing racism and health equity in medical school on Saturday at 3 p.m. In the meantime, enjoy the AAFP's FMX and take good care of yourself, your loved ones, your patients. On behalf of the Illinois Academy Board of Directors and our staff, I wish you good night.